So my name is Yewande Maburi. My name is Yewande Maburi. I work with ShelfLife. I have some of my colleagues here as well, and we will be starting the program now. We'll be starting now. So if you can reach out to your colleagues to join, that would be beneficial. We already have our guest speaker here, and we are also going to be talking about the wallet, the ShelfLife wallet. A lot of those that registered talked about how they can get extra funds to run their business. We are going to talk about how you can get extra funds from us with you do not need to have any collateral to get those funds. It's not a loan, it's a growth tool, how you will pay back, how we will be able to check, okay, how much are we going to be able to make available to you? We're going to be talking about all of that here. You see the video where she mentioned, she talked about that she doesn't have any stress. There's no logistics issue. We deliver to free all over Nigeria. We deliver free wherever you are. It's free, and from your phone or from your laptop, you can place your order. So all that and more is what we are going to be talking about today. And we have experts here as well that have joined, and they will soon be joining to answer all the questions that you have. The most important thing is that 2026 is not going to be the same thing as 2025. We're going to do it differently, and we are going to show how we can assist you. So if you have any of your colleagues, you can send them the link and let them join, right? It's less than 1 hour. Send it on your WhatsApp broadcast list. Tell them to join. It's free. They don't have to buy from ShelfLife before they can join. And then, let's all benefit together. So we'll kickstart it now with our customer support. Our customer support or customer excellence team, they are the ones that are constantly answering all the questions. They're constantly answering all the questions that are being asked. They are the ones that ensure your orders get to you on time. They are basically the life force of everything that we do here at ShelfLife. No matter the question, your payment, your order, to make it as seamless as possible, that is what the customer support team does. So today we are going to show something on our app. Remember, I told you that ordering from us is digital. The world is going digital now. You don't want to be left behind. You don't want to send somebody to Dumota with 100,000 and you're seeing 80,000 worth of goods. You want to get everything right there. You want to see how everything is happening right there on your phone, from your device, in your house, on your bed. You can place your order. So we have Benita here. You can see lovely Benita already. Our video is on. She's going to be taking us through how we can do this. But most importantly, she'll be talking about the wallet. The wallet is one of the tools that differentiates what ShelfLife is doing from just any other distributor. How you can make payments there, everything is transparent, right? You don't have to give anybody cash. Everything is right there on the app on your device. So I'll hand over to Benita now for the next 10 minutes, where she'll show us to all this. In the chat section, you can drop your question, or you wait for when Benita is done. We'll take like 5 minutes before we go into the session with our guest speaker, Dr. Maureen, who is a pharmacist. And then we'll take all the questions together after. So over to you, Benita.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. I hope we're all doing well today. So my name is Benita, and I'm the Regional Customer Success Coordinator for the South and Southeast field. So I just want to share my screen briefly. Please confirm that you can hear me.
Loud and clear.
Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, so today I'm going to be taking us on a quick walkthrough on how to use the new ShelfLife wallet. But before I show us how to use it, I'd like to quickly talk about why the new wallet feature was introduced. Um, okay, yeah. Now on the new wallets, each client has a dedicated virtual account linked to their ShelfLife wallet. Once you make a transfer into this account number, your wallet is automatically credited. The system will first match any outstanding payments that you have, and then any remaining balance that you have will stay in your wallet for future orders. And that means that you can fund your wallet ahead of time. You can place orders whenever you want to place orders without worrying about payments matching delays. And the new wallet also has more details about your invoices, has more details about payment plans and installment schedules directly on the platform. Okay, so I'm just going to walk you through how to use the new wallet. So this is a ShelfLife account, and this is the home page. Let me see if my home page is showing. Yes, my home page is showing. Okay, so once you get to your home page, if you scroll down, you see your wallet summary over here, and then you would see that you see the cash you have in your wallet if you have cash, and then this side here is for credits. If you manage credits, if you manage credit on ShelfLife, you would see your available credits here, and then you would see your due payments. That is how much you are owing, and then you can go to your wallet here. But let's go to our wallet from here because this is where we're supposed to go. But you can also go to your wallet from here. So once you click on your wallet, you can see the new wallet it looks finer and it has a lot of information. Here you see the available cash. Like I said before, if you're on credit, you will see your available credit here, and then you see your due payments. You see the summary of your due payments. If you have a lot of installments or a lot of due payments, you see the summary here. You see how much you are owing, how many invoices are open, how many installments you have, and if they are overdue, you see all the details here. So you also see your transaction history or your payment history, all the payments you've made. You see everything here, and you can even see the full payment history here. There are a lot of information. You can see the details here. You can filter the dates if you want to check for a specific date. You can filter for it, and then you can also check for payment type here. Is it upfront payment on delivery, credits? You can, if you want to filter, you can filter for it. Okay, so in the wallet here, this is an overdue payment, right? If I want to check to see more details about this particular payment, I just need to click on details. Okay, and then once I click on details, I'll see all the information I need to see here. For example, what I'm owing on top here is 333 naira, right? But here I can see how much the invoice was. It was 86,265 naira, and yeah, what I paid was 85,932 naira. So obviously my balance is 333. So you see, it explains everything and it is self-explanatory. You can click on more details if you want to get more details about this particular installment. So even if you have more overdue payments here, you see everything and you see the details. So now let's look at how to fund the wallet. I said before that every ShelfLife customer has a dedicated account number, a virtual account number. So when you want to fund your wallet or fund the account number, that account, you click on add money. So once you click on add money, you would see your unique Paystack Titan account number that is unique to only you, unique to your account. And you see it here, you see the account number, you see the bank name, you see the account name. This account number is permanent. It does not regenerate. Okay, it doesn't regenerate. So what I advise clients is that once you get here, copy your account number and every other information, save it to your bank app, save it to your WhatsApp, save it on your notes, so that whenever you want to make shelf life, you just make payments into this account number, and it's very easy. So once you pay into this account number, within 3 to 5 minutes, that money goes into your cash. Okay. And once it goes into your cash, every overdue payment you have, the system or the website is going to reconcile it within 3 to 5 minutes. Okay. But please take note that it reconciles from the oldest payment. So if you have about 5 overdues here and the oldest is in January, it will start from February. It will start from January. So it will start from January and reconcile all the outstanding payments. And if there is any balance, it goes to your cash. Okay, it goes to your cash. And then whatever balance is in your cash, you can always use it to place more orders, or clear subsequent installments or open invoices. You can see that the new wallet is very easy to use. It's faster, and there's no, it just clears every outstanding payment. So you can just clear your installments and place your order almost immediately. Okay. In the new wallet, you can also get your account statement. You can download your statements. You just have to choose a time frame. This is exactly how it is in your bank app. Choose your time frame and download the statement. Okay. So before I hand over, I'd just like to say a few more things. I'd like us to note that reconciliation takes about 3 to 5 minutes. I know some clients that would make that payment and want to see it in 30 seconds to 1 minute, but it takes about 3 to 5 minutes. And within that time frame, you can just refresh your app so that you see that it has been updated. And please always transfer to your unique account number, not another person's own. And don't make a mistake when you are doing your transfer. Okay. This new wallet is very fast, it's easier, and you also have visibility into your invoices, into your payment plans, into your installments, and it makes it easier when you're trying to track your payments. Thank you. If anybody has any questions, you can always drop it in the chat box, or you can raise up your hands.
All right, we'll take all the questions and answers together.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Benita, for that. I'm sure by the time we get into the Q&A proper with Dr. Maureen, we should be able to have more questions. So Donna, can you please share with us Dr. Maureen's profile so that we can introduce Dr. Maureen? All right, so Dr. Maureen is a solution-driven pharmacist with experience in clinical and community pharmacy. She holds a leadership position at Baltimore Pharmacy and Stores. She also holds a Doctor of Pharmacy degree in the University of Benin and pursuing a master's in public health. She has authored research on drug discovery, and expertise includes pharmaceutical care, patient education, procurement, regulatory compliance, and staff training. We are so honored to have you here. Should I call Dr. Maureen or Farm Maureen? We are so honored to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, beyond all that we can see here, one thing that stood out for us why you are here today is because of your expertise already in stock planning. We've been able to identify that, and that's why we want to share that information. Those of us on the call and those of us that will be watching the recorded video later. So Dr. Maureen, I would like to start by saying, can you give us a story? Tell us a story about when you realized the importance of planning your stock adequately. Today we are talking about from hustle to structure. We don't want to run here helter skelter. Our paracetamol has finished. Quickly go and buy. Quickly go and buy. At what point? Tell us a story about when you realized how important that was.
Okay, so thank you for that question. So actually there are different scenarios, but let me just bring this one up because it's more like it was a major milestone. So some months back, Revive was being sold at about 5,000 naira plus, and then of course in every other store, or there was a spike in price suddenly, such that every other store, in fact, the spike was not even plus 1,000, it wasn't plus 2,000, it was like a times 2 increments. So every other store started selling at 10,000 plus thereabouts. And then actually what I do most times or every time before procurement is doing a market survey, because I want to get the best prices, and of course I still want quality assurance. So I want to get from reputable vendors and I want to get the best price. So I did my market survey and I discovered that amongst other stores that were already selling at a new price, this other store was still selling at their old price, 5,000 plus. And Revive in my store, it's moderately moves. I can't really say it's fast moving and I can't say it's slow moving, but it moderately moves. It moves like to a large extent. So I used that opportunity in stocking up and I kept like quite a number. In fact, precisely I took 50. I think 50 was just what was left in the store. That particular store I found Revive at that cost. 50 was just what was left, so I took the advantage and I stocked up with the I mopped up their store of their Revive just to fill up my shelf and the rest. So and the beautiful thing about it was that when I was marking up, of course I have like competitors around. I have like 4 other pharmacies around me, so I also did my survey and I discovered the cost at which they were selling. So I used the present. So I discovered they were really using the present market price in marking up and selling to their customers. So I used the current price, not the old price. Remember, I bought at the old price, which was like half the price, which was the current market price. So I bought at that old price and I used the markup of the current price in selling. So you can imagine my profit margin like more than double safe. So it was quite a lot, and that was a huge milestone. Thank you.
Wow, that was very wise. That was very wise of you. That will lead me into like the next question. So from what you said now, you did your market survey and all of that. For someone who doesn't have a huge team, they are just running their business, probably just starting, or they're in maybe mid-rural to rural area. They're not so Maybe they're not so used to the words market survey, but they are pharmacists. They know they are serving their community, right? They are doing a huge service to their community. How would you advise them that, okay, these are one of the fast ways to identify your true fast movers? Because sometimes there can be seasonal fast movers, right? There can be quarterly fast movers. How do you identify your true fast movers? And do they have to be fast movers throughout versus slow movers? And how does, yeah, let's answer that part first.
Okay, so I think the question is identifying your fast movers versus slow movers, right? Okay, so the good way to do that is doing a comparative studies between your consumption rates and your procurement rates over a specified period of time. Now, what do I mean by that? I think the world is a global village, so I believe that most pharmacies must have gone digital already. They use a software. So on my software, what I do is this every day when I come to work, because my premise runs a 14-hour routine. But of course, I don't work for 14 hours. I work like 8 hours. So what I do every day is that I go through the sales history of the previous day to know what was sold, and then I check the consumption rates individually. It may not be all medications, but any medication that was sold like in a huge quantity, maybe it went out, maybe the demand that day or the previous day was actually high. I'll just check like individually. I'll just check the history, the procurement history, and I will try to relate it to the consumption history. So in that way, if okay, maybe your let me set an example now. Let me say I bought Jested. I bought a carton of Jested in January, and maybe a carton has like 100 pieces in it, 100 units in it. And then February, today is February 26th, I checked my procurement, or I checked my available quantity, my available stock now. My available stock on Jested is now 5. Okay, and then I checked, okay, what was the consumption rate? So it means that the consumption rate between that time I got it and now was like almost the whole carton. So I can establish that Jested is fast moving in my facility. Then whereas maybe I bought a medication like Uperio, maybe January last year, I bought just 2 pieces, that's 2 units, and presently I checked the available stock, I still have the 2 units left physically and of course on my system too, I can establish that that medication is a slow moving drug. So in a nutshell, how do you identify fast moving and slow moving medications? The best way is doing a relative studies between the consumption rates and your procurement over a specified period of time. Thank you.
I like that so much. That that's very scientific. And when it comes to data, you cannot beat you cannot beat data. You can't say, oh, I believe that cough syrup will sell more. You just have to check the data that you have available. One other way that somebody in another webinar that we have had, and from my experience as well, one other way is looking at the community that you are serving. If you are serving a particular community where there are a lot of children, there are a lot of schools, there are a lot of lessons and all of that, it will only make sense for you to stock what children will want, what children will need, what parents will buy for their children. It only makes sense for you to stock that and experiment, just as you have mentioned, experiment what is the consumption rate, and then double down on what makes more sense. Let me go into some of the questions that we have from those that registered and dropped their questions ahead of time so that we can make use. I think we have like 25 minutes, so we can make good use of that time. Somebody mentioned that, talking about stocking, what about the minimum effective product and how that affects expiry? I'll break that down by saying, I think what the person is trying to say is that there are some products that don't move so fast, but then you have one or two people that come in for it. The problem with those products is that if those people, one or two people don't come, it can get expired over time. So in your practice, knowing that it's not just about the medications, you are doing pharmaceutical care, how do you manage stocking that minimum effective product? Is there a science to it?
Okay, thank you for that question. So first of all, you need to know that well, no one is an island. You can't have everything. So you can't have all medications in your store. ShelfLife is a very good and reputable company, but they still don't have everything. We have big companies in Abuja, in Lagos, and across the world, but no one can have everything. So I would say dwell more on medications that are fast moving. But for slow medications, of course, it's good that you have maybe one or two on the shelf so that customers don't come in and you just tell the person, okay, this is not available here, and then they will leave. Because some customers get discouraged by that. I come the first day, you don't have my medication. I come the second day, you don't have it. I wouldn't want to come again because I'll just feel, oh, this person doesn't have it. Let me just go elsewhere where I am sure and certain I can get my medications. So when you have issue like that of a medication that is slow moving and it is close to expiration, what you can do, I guess that's the question, it's prone, it has a tendency of getting expired. Okay, so I get what you can do is more of a collaborative process now, or a collaborative relationship now with doctors and other pharmacists too. So that's one thing I do when I have a product that is very slow in demand, and I know that okay, maybe in like 5 months, and it has to be, prompt action also has to be taken. I know that in like 5 months this thing may expire and I don't want to incur that loss, or in 6 months or even 9 months, as the case may be, something that has been in your shelf for like 1 year, 2 years, and no one has come for it. Of course, you know that's a slow product already. So you don't even need to wait till it's 3 months or 4 months to expiration before you take like prompt action on it. So what I do in that process or in that kind of scenario is contacting maybe a doctor. I have, like I said, I have a collaborative relationship. I do some form of collaboration with doctors and other pharmacies alike, other medical practitioners, may even be nurses. Now tell them, okay, do you have patients on this particular medication? Please refer them to me, and things like that. Like I had an incident, I think, yeah, in December. So I kept a particular medication in stock, Roclone. And this medication, from the time I kept it, I think in like 9 months, nobody was coming for it. And it was supposed to expire in April 2026. So what I did was from October, November, I started making contacts. I called some nurses, I called doctors, I called other pharmacists, and even other store owners too. Please, if you have any patients on this particular medication, please refer them to me. I can give at a discounted rate. I can give like at a very good price, and the rest. So if I gave myself a target that December 2025, I had to sell off this medication. So that's another thing too. You need to give yourself a target too. So I discovered, so at December actually I got someone and I sold it off. Even after selling it off, I still had other referrals, like people kept calling me for that particular medication. So I feel that for slow movers like that, one way to cut down or to prevent expiration is by working in collaboration with other health practitioners. And also it depends on the product too and the supplier. Some suppliers too, maybe in like 5 months or 6 months, if your medication is going to expire, you can also talk to them and they can also look for other customers and be interested in getting that medication from you so that you don't incur losses. So it's more of collaboration. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That I don't think it can get better than that. I remember a particular pharmacy we went to in Lagos. It's somewhere in Ujudu Vega. I can't remember the name right now. Maybe Anita Pharmacy or so. I'm not sure. I do even though Anita Pharmacy is one of our premium customers. There was the pharmacy that we went to, and we were asking, how do you manage collaboration in the community? And he said every clinic and every hospital in that environment knows him. They know that if they don't have a particular product in their pharmacy in the hospital, they can come to his pharmacy to get it. They also know that when he has products that are 2 months to expiry, he donates it. He organizes outreaches. The hospital knows that they can donate because it will move faster in the hospital. So there's a lot of collaboration, that goes on, and it improves the visibility of the pharmacy to the people in the community. They begin to see you as an authority. So that's an efficient way of managing, killing a bird with different stones. You've managed that stocking of the minimum effective product, you've managed expiry, and you've managed collaboration all in one. In fact, that's a triple-edged sword. Okay, so another question that we have here is one another question we have here is digital. What do you mean by digital and efficient way of stocking?
Okay. Okay, I think I already said that the world is a global village. So when we're talking about digital, I think we have so many software applications now that pharmacists use. For me, I use Atrex. And then I think to buttress or your question, it can also be seen as this: how can digital marketing, or how can the application, or how can an exposure to a software application help in restocking wisely, right? Okay, so on my software now, Atrex, I have different fields. Like I said, I can generate data from consumption rates and procurement. Now with this data, I can identify fast and slow movers like I earlier established. Also, using this data, I can make an estimate on my demand quantity for each specified drug or each specified medication. Now, what do I mean by this? On Atrex now, for example, when you can edit each inventory or each stock now you have on the system, there is a field for safety stock level, there is a field for your minimum order quantity, and there is a field for your order quantity. Now with the data I have generated from the consumption rates and the procurement rates, from fast moving or slow moving products and the rest, I can use some data or some parameters from there to establish some of these fields that I've talked about. Now, what do we mean by safety stock level? Safety stock level. So safety stock level is that particular stock level in which you have a high sensitivity of meeting your demand, and also you don't really stand a risk of running at a stock out. So this is what most of us should have, so that we can always have products available for customers when they come in, or for patients or for clients, as the case may be, when they come in to get those medications. Then the minimum stock level is that level by which when you go below that level, you are standing at a risk of running at a stock out. And of course, you don't want a stock out because you don't want a situation whereby a customer will come and then you're saying this product is not available, not just because it's not available in the market, but because you neglected some things that you were supposed to do. You didn't know that it was exhausted already for you to restock. So the digital marketing presents a platform where you can make all these entries. You can enter your minimum stock level. Let me say my minimum stock level for evening primrose now is 2. If it goes below 2, I can run at the stock out, because someone can just come and say, okay, I want 2 2 packs of evening primaries, 1,000 milligram by nature's field, and then I can run as a stock out, and of course incur some losses. So I can put on that, I can impute on the system now during my data entry or my editing. I can put, okay, minimum stock level is 2, then my safety stock is maybe 10, and then my order quantity also, I can also calculate my order quantity from there. So I think digital marketing just makes everything at a grasp. And
And
of
when
course,
you have that, sorry,
so
go
that's
ahead.
okay, yes. And then for procurement also, having a platform like ShelfLife also makes things easy. Digital marketing. Now, ShelfLife, in fact, the app is top notch. You have everything there. You have your product specification. In fact, if you even want Lodi pin, maybe you want the brand by Sandals, and they don't have that brand available, you still have alternatives. There are fields where you see alternatives. Maybe the one by Microlabs is there, the one by you see alternatives there actually. And then you have your product specification. You have the dosage form. You see the manufacturer information there. In fact, the app is top notch. They're doing well actually. Kudos to ShelfLife. And then the fact that they also, you can access the app at any point you are, anywhere you are, any time you like. You can access this app, you can place your orders. It also makes things beautiful and stressful. So if you're like me that would like to maximize profits or like to maximize outputs without undergoing so much stress, you want to work smarter instead of working harder, then digital marketing should be your go-to as a pharmacist or as a procurement manager or what have you. So and also their delivery service also is also top notch. I can just stay at my comfort, and then my medications that I ordered a few days back can just come there like that. So it makes everything less stressful. It makes it stress free. So it makes you work smart rather than work hard. And of course, you still get your maximum output.
Thank you so much for that vote of confidence and short life. And from the way you identify what is, the easiest or the best practice and what we should do as a pharmacy. There's a question that feeds into that. Someone says, I don't have software and I am the only one currently managing my pharmacy. What is the easiest way for me to record my daily sales manually?
Okay, so it's not difficult, or anyways, it's easier when you have a software. But since you don't have a software, you can still use the analog style. Any single customer that comes in, you record, this is what the person got, this is the quantity the person got, or this is the product specification, this was the quantity, and this was the price. You can still keep everything on record. And of course, anytime you procure medications, maybe you can use there's something like a ledger or so, a ledger. Used to use it or it was used when the digital style had not come into being yet, or like bill cards, bin cards, something like
Yeah.
that for products. Yes, bin cards. There was something like that before the digital marketing took over. So you can still incorporate something like bin cards. Like each product can have a bin card where you impute your entries. Okay, today I bought one roll of paracetamol. You impute it there. This is the quantity I got. This is the unit quantity. Maybe you sell in cards. You can say, okay, one pack has 8 cards and I bought 10 packs, so you bought 80 cards. You can impute it there, and then as you sell also, you also impute your sales in the bin cards, like individual bin cards now for each product. So that's the way. Then over a period of time, you can also do a comparison. Okay, now I have just 5 left and I bought a roll, maybe just Monday last week. I bought a roll, that's 80 tablets just Monday last week, and then today is Thursday. I have just 3 cards left. So it means that if you want to predict, or if you want to do better in the future, if you don't want to stress yourself, maybe buying every 2 weeks, you can just say, okay, fine, I was able to consume a roll in 2 weeks, or in less than 2 weeks, in about let me say 10 days thereabouts. So if you want to project into the future, you can say, okay, for a month I would need
That's fine.
like 2 rolls of paracetamol. So you can still use bin cards to achieve what you want. The most important thing is that you are keeping track of your procurement rates and your consumption rates over a specified period of time. It may be for a week, it may be for 2 weeks, it may be for a month, but just keep track and do a comparative study. That's the most important thing. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
that.
much for that.
Mm. There was a
There
question
was a
here that
question here that
I will answer it first, then I will leave it to you to answer as well. Which is, I'm a health professional. Do you mind if I mute you while I talk, Dr. Maureen, so that we don't have that echo?
Sorry?
So there's that echo again. So
Oh,
I'm
there's
trying.
from my background. Should I
Oh, I
log
said,
out?
I think this is fine.
Okay.
There's a customer saying, I'm a health professional.
Okay.
No matter what I do, I think to go out of stock. Can you put me on credit? So I will answer that first, then hand over to you to talk about your experience on credit. So okay. All right. So for us in ShelfLife, what we offer is it's not a loan. What we offer is managed credit, it's trade credit. What this means is that for every healthcare professional in Nigeria or in Kenya as well, if you own a pharmacy, you own a patent medicine vendor store, or you work in a hospital, you can apply for managed credit. Managed credit for us is a growth tool where you will access your financials and will give you access to product worth a particular amount, and you can operate it as a drug revolving fund. So for instance, you apply now and you will say, okay, from what we've seen, you don't need any collateral. You just need to show us your financials, your statement of account and all of that. We'll check you, we'll see that, oh, you are able to manage this so amount of money. We'll check and ensure you are not owing somewhere else. We have a team of finance experts to check that. And then we will let you know that, okay, you can buy stock worth of 500,000. So it's like a drug revolving fund. Once you are able to do that, it will show on your wallet that you can get products worth of 500,000. And then you put your payment plan there. You can choose to pay over 4 weeks or choose to pay over 6 weeks. Now, if you choose to pay over 4 weeks, that means every week, if it's 500 now, that means every week you are paying 125,000 back to ShelfLife every week. Immediately your products are supplied, you are using that to pay back. You are selling and you are paying. You don't default, because the more you do this, the more you are paying. Once you pay that 125, you are able to pick another 125 again. So it's like a drug revolving fund. That means that all the products that you buy from us for that 125,000 naira, you didn't pay for it. That is the profit on top of it is your money. You are using what people like Dangote and Otedola use. They call it other people's money to grow your business. So it's not a loan. You are just getting products and you are paying as at when due. You don't need collateral or any other thing. Now, the question some people will now ask is, what's the benefit for us? The benefit for us is that your pharmacy is growing. You are buying from us, right? We are already making our own on top of what you are buying. But there's no additional amount. You are buying it at the same price everybody is buying it across Nigeria. Nothing else. It's just that you are smarter. You are using what we have available to you to grow your pharmacy, or to grow your store, or to grow your hospital. So everybody can get it. All you have to do is go to www.shelflife.co, sign up and apply. We'll try and show you a video here where you can see how you can apply for it. And you can share to any of your friends to apply as well. The most important thing is that you are paying back as at when due. So what I will now ask, how to get access to medication? Yes, it's right there on the app as well. You can get access to over 3,500 kind of medications. So before we end, we'll ensure that we show you that. I think Benita will come on board again to show you how you log in, how you apply, and how you can see all the products that we have. The only difference is that if you are a pharmacy, you upload your license and then you can get access to controlled medications, prescription medication. If you are a patent medicine vendor, you have access to over-the-counter medication, because we want to abide by the rules of the country that we live in, right? And the associations that we all belong to. So I will now let Dr. Maureen talk about the impact of using other people's money to run your business, the way ShelfLife has made it available, the impact of managed credit, and how everybody should take advantage of it in these times that we are now. Over to you, Dr. Maureen.
Okay, thank you. So you want to use managed credit as a customer or as a business owner because you are low on cash. There are some constraints about cash at that very point in time. Or even if you're not low on cash, at least you have more security when you use managed credit and the rest, because you must have increased your cash flow. So the basic reason is because you want to increase your cash flow so that you can get your medications, some of your medications off your shelf and get your cash into your account before you settle those vendors that have given you those medications. You just want to maximize on cash flow, and that's the reason why you want managed credit. Meanwhile, in addition to what she said, managed credit shouldn't be a license for overbuying. It shouldn't be a license. Yes, ShelfLife gives managed credit, and like she says, it's more like a loan, where it is not a loan, but it's like a loan. It can be likened to a loan but it's just that you don't have to pay any interest on it, and that is really, really beautiful. That's really, really beautiful and commendable about ShelfLife. You don't have to pay any interest on it. You have a specified period. So you must bear in mind that yes, you have managed credits, but you have a specified period to pay back. So don't keep buying and stocking both necessary and unnecessary products. When you're using managed credits, your priority should be based on fast movers as against slow movers. Slow movers may have a higher margin, a higher profit margin, or a higher markup to give you to fetch you some bigger funds, but then your priority shouldn't be on that. The basic thing you need is you want something that will move fast out of your shelf, and so that you can get your money to pay back. So bear in mind that fast movers is what you should place your priority on when you're using managed credits. And also bear in mind that managed credit has a limit. It is time bound, and there is even a limit itself, even the monetary amounts that you can get. You may not be able to, some facilities may be able to access up to 1 million or 2 or 5. Some facilities may be able to access up to like 10 million, but yours may not be able to. So you need to ensure that you cut your coats according to your cloth. Don't begin to overstock, don't begin to overbuy because you are leveraging on managed credits. You need to buy according to your demand or according to your consumption rates, even while doing that. So I think I have answered that question.
Yes, and you touched on something very important,
Okay.
which is don't say because you have access to this medication on credit, you should buy what you not know. That's what will tie down your money. So that's very important. There's another question here that I think is best for an accountant, but I'll still mention it. So let's dig down into how do I know my yearly? Well, let's go on to a particular question here before we now open the floor for other questions. How do I introduce the priority of drugs without losing money? I think you've answered it. But if you have any other thing that you can add. The person said, how do I introduce the priority of drugs without losing money to theft, expiries, and overstocking?
Okay. Sorry, can you repeat your question?
How do I introduce the priority of drugs without losing money to theft, expiries, and overstocking?
Okay. So basically, one other tool that I use to cut down on thefts and expiries is monthly physical inventory count. Like we take actually when you start, it will really be stressful and burdensome. That's the fact. If you have to count or you have to take stock of every medication in your pharmacy every month, it's not really easy. Some persons do stock taking once in a year, some persons do twice in a year, some persons do quarterly, but I do it every month in my premise, do it every month, and that's one thing that helps us to also cut down on expiries and thefts. It also makes you know what the state of your business is, whether you're running at a profit, whether you're running at a loss. So when you take the physical inventory, or you do a physical count of whatever medications you have in your pharmacy, and you do like a reconciliation with what you have on the system, it can make you know, okay, these are the areas where I have incurred some losses due to thefts, due to maybe wrong dispensing and the rest. And you can also take notes of drugs that are close to expiration, even during the stock taking too. Like in my facility now, I have a compartment that is called ATG, and the meaning of ATG is about to go. So medications that are 3 months, 4 months, 5 months to expiration, they are withdrawn from the shelf and they are brought to the ATG stand. So it gives me a notification, or it gives everyone a prompting that this medication, it should be sold, like first in, first out. It should be sold first. Priority should be based, or should be on this, as against other medications that may actually do whatever, that may actually stand as good alternatives to that medication on the ATG stand. So stock taking is one of the tools that I use in my facility to cut down on thefts and to cut down on expiries too. So medications on the ATG stand, we try to move them out as fast as we can. For the ones that are very close and we can slash, we do that too. So I think that this tracking, like day-to-day tracking and monthly tracking too, would help you to know if there are thefts. And another thing is staff training too. You need to penalize staff. If you catch, like if anyone is caught stealing or anything, you also need to place penalties, because human beings may just be lax if no punitive measures are being placed for some wrong actions taken. So you also need to instill that also, punitive measures and the rest. So these are ways to track thefts, and these are ways to track expiries and medications that are close to expiration. Thank you.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, that's good.
We have a
We
question
have a
here.
question here.
And
And
how do you manage
how
the
do you manage
situation
the
when you
situation when you
discover theft
discover
and
theft
balance
and balance
stock?
stocks?
What measures
What
or
measures or
punishments?
punishments?
What professional
What
way do you
professional
use
way
to
to use
handle?
to answer?
So this is like more of a management question now, like, than a pharmaceutical question. Okay, so how do we manage, okay, when we experience thefts? Okay, so like I said, we do this tracking from time to time. So if there is a case of theft, it's easy to be traced, since it's the tracking, you do it on a routine basis, so it's easy, it's traceable. Like okay, some persons may just want to do something carelessly because it's not their business, right? They just want to do things anyhow and then just collect salary at the end of the month and the rest. So any staff or anyone that is caught stealing, that person leaves the facility. That's just it. Person leaves the facility. And so that's just because you can't really trust a thief. The thief may still come back to steal again, even if you talk to the person and then the person says he's changing or she's changing. You cannot guarantee 100% that that person won't steal again. So the person just leaves the organization immediately if the person is caught red-handed. So that's it. And yes, when we sell too, everyone has a password. That's another way. We do digital marketing, so everyone has a password, everyone has login details. So if there was an error during your sales, or there was something wrong about your sales, and of course there is also a daily accounting. We run 2 shifts. There is an accounting session in the morning, there's an accounting session in the evening too. We run 2 shifts. So if there's an issue on whichever person's shifts, it can be traced back, and when that issue is being spotted and we say, okay, this is the culprit involved, and we can sanction the profits. If it means paying a fine, the person will have to pay a fine for some errors and the rest. And if it means leaving the organization, the person will have to leave the organization. If it means taking the case to court, if it's so much, then take the case to court. So that's it.
Thank you. I
Thank you.
think one
I
last
think one
question
last question
before we finish.
before we finish.
Someone asked,
Someone asked,
there are so
there are
many
so many
pharmacies around
pharmacies
me.
around me.
It's affecting
It's
my
affecting my
sales.
sales.
How do I
How
stand
do I
up?
stand up?
Okay, how do you stand out? So, in this for this particular question, I would like to bring in something from business called SWOT analysis. Now, the S stands for strength, the W stands for weakness, the O stands for opportunity, and then the T stands for threats. So now I would say for you, like even me, my premise, I have like a mega pharmacy just in front of me, like at the junction. My own pharmacy is behind the mega pharmacy. So I have competitors around. I have like three other pharmacies or four other pharmacies within this vicinity apart from that mega pharmacy. So what you do is look for areas of your strengths. Look for things that other persons do not do and that you do. Those are areas of your strengths and focus there. If it's your customer relationship, maybe your professionalism and that of your staff, then work on it. Some persons prefer to come because we create an aura or a welcoming environment for them. Some persons prefer to come to my pharmacy because they want to avoid waiting time at the mega pharmacy. Some persons come because we have been able to meet their medically related needs. We have been able to meet their drug related needs because we're professional enough. They will go there and they will like, this person treated me for UTI last month and I didn't even get any relief. But when I came here, you gave me social medication and I got a relief. So look at your strengths, look at areas of your strengths, things that you have. Look for those areas in which you are unique that other persons do not have, or look for some things that will make you unique and strengthen those areas. Then do not put so much focus on your weakness. Look for a way to turn your weakness into strength. Then look at opportunities that you can seize. Like now, ShelfLife and digital marketing is an opportunity that you can seize to reduce some stress from some work related stress on your part. From your credit facility that they provide is also one of the tools that you can use. So look for opportunities that you can use, and then of course you will be able to overcome your threats by strengthening your strengths and embracing opportunities when they come. So that's basically it.
That's
That's
fantastic.
fantastic.
Thank you so much,
Thank you so
for
much, bro.
do we have
Do we
one?
have one?
We can take
We can
one
take
more
one
question.
more question.
Is there
Is
anyone
there
here
anyone here? Yeah.
who wants to ask
Also
one
ask one
question
question
before we go?
before we go.
So if there
So
are
if
none,
there
I
are
think
none, I think
there
it's
are none.
nine.
Dr. Maureen,
But
what are your
tomorrow, what are your
final words
final
for
words?
those of us on
Those
the
of us
call
on the
and
call and
watching the
watching
recording
the
after?
recording now.
Okay, so in a nutshell, I would say you can't do something the same way and expect to get the same result. So if you've learned anything from the strategies or the parameters I've given this morning, first of all, if you want to make a change, if you want to stock better, if you want to go from hustle to structure in 2026, it needs to start with a consciousness, first of all, that there were some lapses before, and of course there were some loopholes, and you don't want those loopholes to be present in 2026. You want things better, so you need to embrace the thought, you need to embrace the idea of the new. And also some reformative processes or some transformative processes fail in some businesses because it's either the management has not fully embraced that particular policy, or there is resistance from employees. So try to embrace it and also carry your employees along with you, even in this reformative process. And look for those areas of lapses, look for those areas of loopholes, and look for how you can use these strategies to fill it in. Strategically procure this year. Don't just buy things. Look at patterns. Whether you use whether you're analog, whether you're digital, like I said, you can still look out for those patterns and you can still make them feasible. You can still work with them. You can still work with the patterns, your consumption rates, your procurement rates. You can look for fast movers, you can look for slow movers, and make sure that you keep slow movers just in little quantities in your pharmacy because of tying money down and also the tendency for them to expire. Of course, you don't want to run into losses. Look for your strengths and magnify them. Your areas of strength may be customer relationship, like I said. It may even be maybe nursing care. Some pharmacies don't offer injection like nursing care services like wound dressing, administration of injectables, but it could be that your pharmacy does that. You have nurses, you have trained nurses that do that. So you can look for those areas. It could be that maybe some pharmacies don't have customer database. Yours could just be creating a customer database where you get the phone numbers of customers and the rest. You just get their info, and maybe from monthly, you could just say happy new month. You could just send happy new month messages. Maybe on routine basis, you can just check on your customers. So just look for areas that make you unique and strengthen those areas, and then procure strategically. Very important too, so you don't run into losses. If medications are close to expiration, slash them or inform medical practitioners, or just make sure you don't keep silent about it, so that you don't have to run into loss on those things. And any medication that you know you have a tendency of running at loss in, like it has a tendency of expiring on your shelf, stock in limited amounts, so that in case you can't sell it off, the loss will not be so much. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you.
That's a lot already. Thank you so much. I would like to write an essay now about procuring strategically. That's why we are ShelfLife. That's why we are here, to ensure that you are never out of stock. You can procure from your phone, and you're not incurring any cost on logistics. We want to briefly show everyone how to sign up with ShelfLife, and then we can run the. So Donna, can you show us briefly how to sign up with ShelfLife?
With ShelfLife, go to www.shelflife.co to get started. Enter the name of your pharmacy, your name, email, and phone number in the required field below. Ensure you use a valid email address while doing so. Next, scroll down and select your retailer type, your country, and fill in your state and address. Next, add the name of a referrer if applicable. Don't forget to tick the consent box, then click on Get Started. You will receive a prompt to check your email to activate your account. In this email, you will receive your username and a prompt button to set your password. Set a strong password for your new account. And that's all you need. Your page is set and ready to go. This is how to sign up with ShelfLife. Here's how to sign up with ShelfLife. Go to www.shelflife.co to get started. Enter the name of your pharmacy, your name, email, and phone number in the required field below. Ensure you use a valid email address while doing so. Next, scroll down and select your retailer type, your country, and fill in your state and address. Next, add the name of a referrer if applicable. Don't forget to tick the consent box, then click on Get Started. You will receive a prompt to check your email to activate your account. In this email, you will receive your username and a prompt button to set your password. Set a strong password for your new account. And that's all you need. Your page is set and ready to go. This is how to sign up with ShelfLife.
All right, thank you so much, Dana. Do we have any questions from any one of us here before we round up the call? Anybody has any questions? So what we are going to be doing is that we are going to be sending all of us a text message for you on how you can sign up, or if you want us to get in touch with you, just reach out to us. If there's anybody here that wants us to get in touch with us, please just send us your SMS. If you are on Facebook, look out for ShelfLife. Look out for ShelfLife.rx. If you are on Instagram, look out for ShelfLife.rx. ShelfLife.rx, that's the name. ShelfLife.rx, and then we'll ShelfLife.ng, sorry. Look out for ShelfLife.ng, and you can follow us, ask us any question that you need to ask us there, and then we'll be able to attend to you. All right. that will be all from us for today. Thank you so much, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much, Dr. Maureen.
Thank you. Thanks
All
for
right.
having me.
All right.
All right.
Welcome.